We've been going through this campaign, talking to a lot of members, but the one thing I've always said, to earn this majority, we're servants. We should put this conference first. And I think there's something to be said for us to unite. We probably need a fresh face. I'll stay on as majority leader, but the one thing I found in talking to everybody, if we are going to unite and be strong, we need a new face to help do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that shocked the world when Kevin McCarthy said he was not running for Speaker. The vote postponed. Joining us now is Dick Morris, Newsmax TV political analyst and best-selling author of Power Grab. Hello, Dick. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. All right, so how much of this do you think was what he said about the Benghazi committee that Hillary has already capitalized on?
I think a lot of it was that. I think the other was that it's clear that he is not going to unite the Republican Party. You had 40 members of the so-called, I think it is called Freedom Caucus or Conservative Caucus, the Tea Party members, who voted for Webster for Speaker, Daniel Webster from Florida. And the problem that the Republicans face now is that while a guy like McCarthy can win a majority of their caucus, that majority in the caucus does not translate to a majority on the floor where the Speaker is elected, with the Democrats and Republicans meeting together. Because if 25 or so Republicans refuse to vote for the candidate endorsed by the caucus, then nobody has a majority. The Democrats vote for Pelosi, the Republicans vote for Mr. X, and the conservatives vote for Webster. So and that gave the conservatives real bargaining leverage. So I think McCarthy did the right thing, first thing he's done in a while that I've approved of, and we'll see where it takes us.
Do you think it takes us to a Speaker Boehner remaining on much longer than anticipated?
I don't think so, or at least I hope not. There are 435 members of the House, 220-something Republicans, and I'm sure we can find a pretty good speaker among them. I think that the important point to realize is that you either need a two-man team of Speaker and Majority Leader, one for the conservatives and one for the establishment, that jointly can have the confidence of the caucus, or you need a fresh face that can handle both. I had earlier endorsed Jason Chaffetz for Speaker, and I think he is someone who could speak to both factions of the party. But you can't exist in a situation where your majority is contingent on the support of 40 or 50 conservatives who are being used to keep in power a leadership they don't approve of.
True, very true.
It just doesn't work.
All right, let's move over to the presidential race. Of course, a lot of controversy. Ben Carson, we have him on all this week here on the Steve Malzberg Show, and he's been doing a lot of media, gotten a lot of publicity, a lot of controversy with remarks on guns, and a little bit earlier on Muslims. But I got to feel, Dick, every time they attack him, like Wolf Blitzer was badgering him based on the Rupert Murdoch tweet about we need a real black president. Do you think he's a real black president? And he says, well, he's real, and he's president, and he's black. He says, but can't you just say it? I mean, every time they badger him, I think it helps his poll numbers.
Yeah, I think that sort of attack does, the Muslim thing and all of that. But I was shocked the other day when he went on, I forgot what program, and they pressed him about, would you vote to raise the debt limit? And he kept saying, no, we have to cut government spending. And they said, no, I mean the debt limit, not the budget. And he said, no, we have to respect those targets and stay within them. And it was very clear from the discussion he had no idea what the debt limit was. Now, you can oppose raising the debt limit. That's not a strange position. But his lack of knowledge was startling. And also, listen, I find him so laid back, so slow of speech, that I just think he'd be eaten alive in a general election.
You think so? Okay, let's talk about Trump. Is anybody going to stop Trump?
Well, the only one who really can stop Trump is Trump. And one possibility is that he steps on a landmine, but I think he's too smart for that. I think that when Trump uses that wonderfully acerbic tongue of his to criticize illegal immigration and overspending by the government and opposition to Keystone and all of those very good causes, then I think he's terrific. But he has to rein it back when it comes to criticizing other people, because then you just come across as sort of nasty.
Right.
And I think that there's that balancing thing with Trump. But I think he'll get it right. He's pretty smart. And I think he's got a heck of a shot for winning this nomination.
And if Biden gets in and says Elizabeth Warren is going to be my VP, what happens there?
Whether Warren or not, I think if Biden gets in, he's going to be the Democratic candidate. I think that Sanders is scaring the hell out of the Democrats, and they're going to force Biden to run because they don't want to have Sanders. And I think that if there's a three-way primary, Biden will finish first, Sanders will finish second, and Hillary will finish third.
So you see, basically, we got 10 seconds less. You see a Trump-Biden race if he gets in?
No, I'm not prepared to predict Trump.
Okay.
But I would predict Biden.
Okay, got to go, Dick. Thank you very much. Coming up, more of the show. Don't go away.